Hey guys, and welcome to our very first sit-down chatty type video on our BARBSTER Gaming channel. So let's start off with the introductions. I am James.
And I'm Holly.
And this is going to be a slightly different video than we normally do. This is our first sit-down chatty type video where it's kind of going to be just a conversation between me and Holly. And it's going to be a one take. You guys are just going to be hanging out with me and Holly talking about games. Do you want to explain what type of games and what we're going to be talking about today?
Well, No. I don't know how well this one take business is going to go because I'm really awkward. But basically, today we're going to be talking about a game we've recently completed, a game we're currently playing, and a game we haven't played.
Yep.
Which are Resident Evil 7, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Mass Effect Andromeda.
And I think it's going to be kind of a cool little look because, like Holly just said, we've played and completed, we're playing, and we haven't played. So it's going to be a broad discussion of our kind of thoughts, our kind of predictions of different games, and just kind of go into detail of what we actually think of the games. And hopefully you guys will feel that you kind of get something from this. And I guess at the same time, we're going to be slightly spoiler-free.
We'll try.
We're going to be as spoiler-free as
possible.
possible.
Mild storyline spoilers, but no massive everybody dies sort of spoilers.
Yeah, I guess so. So should we just go straight into it? Let's discuss the game what we've recently completed, which is Resident Evil 7. We actually completed it on our live stream. We should probably point that out as well straight away. We also do Twitch live streaming on twitch.tv/BarbsterGaming. At the moment, we're doing twice a week. We're trying to do a third one a week as well. We've been uploading kind of best bits and the long gameplays as well onto this channel. So if you want to watch any of them or watch us live, you can always do that. All links will be in the description of our Twitch channel and stuff. So like I just said, recently, well, a week ago, we completed Resident Evil 7.
Yes. We live streamed the whole thing, and I'd probably like to say that I wouldn't have played this game unless people in our live streams had requested it.
I think because it was a very, very popular game.
It got such good reviews, so I think there was so much hype, and I think YouTube was full of gameplays. Yeah. So I think people wanted to see it.
When we said that we wanted to play a new game on our Twitch live stream, Resident Evil 7 was like,
the
bosh,
most requested.
Was well up there. I guess because it is a horror game.
And people's reaction to horror games are quite funny.
Yeah. So we kind of went in blind. I have to admit, I didn't see any kind of trailers. I think I even missed the E3 announcement like the year before of this game.
Yeah, I can't really remember. I think I obviously blocked it out of my memory. But I remember knowing that, in my opinion, it was nothing like the other Resident Evils that I played. I enjoyed, I don't know if I played 6, but I enjoyed 5. Yeah. Terrible at it, but I enjoyed 5.
Hence the limited edition red Xbox 360 we've got there, which is because of Resident Evil 5.
And I wasn't sure about this, mainly because it was first person, and it just seemed like a completely different game. Yeah. And I think if I played it and you hadn't told me what game it was, I would never have guessed it was a Resident Evil game. Because in my opinion, it was so different.
I think the menu system is quite similar to...
The menu's similar, but I mean the look of
it's because it's
game.
First person. It's their first release in first person. Yeah. Which is, I think that's probably one of the main reasons why it was so scary.
Because it is first person. I think the atmosphere is different though. I think Resident Evil has always been a scary game. But going back a few years into like the horror games, I would say there was like Resident Evil and Silent Hill. And in my opinion, I would say Silent Hill had the atmospheric vibe better than Resident Evil. Whereas now I would say in Resident Evil 7 that the atmosphere went through the roof. Yeah. Like it was all about the atmosphere.
I think that's what they nailed in this game was, I guess, just sound. Sound was like key because we purposely
out by one noise,
we purposely played it with headphones on as well. So one of us had the headphones on whilst we were live streaming, and the other person didn't, which really, really makes you feel a part of the game. But at the same time, it makes you completely immersed because the sound is like full 360. That you have those creepy noises like behind you, but it was a very quiet game. But
until all of a sudden there'll be like a loud bang.
Yeah, but very atmospheric, and you can hear like rustling and scuttling and just weird creepy noise. I think that's what one of the best things about the game was the atmosphere of the sound. I guess if we played it on mute,
Yeah,
if we didn't have the headphones
sound,
on, it wouldn't be as scary.
The sound
Especially
was very clever.
The one things which really got me was the whispers.
Oh,
the voices and the whispers, like when you're walking down the stairs
or just
and you
the
hear
phone ringing and the...
Yeah.
I don't know, the whole game just freaked me out.
Would you say, how was it scary to you? Was it atmospherically scary or was it more jump scary?
It was just a mixture of both. I did feel, though, I think we both agree on this, that the first half was so much more scary. I don't know if that's because we got into the game a bit more, or if it's because the first half they made really creepy, really jump scary. I struggled with the whole game. I didn't really want to play it.
I know exactly what you mean though. Like, I don't know if the first half was scarier because we
it was a new
didn't
game.
know what to expect, so everything was new, and it was like, oh my god, this is like really freaking me out right now.
Yeah.
And did we get used to it? So the second half wasn't as scary. But I think as well, the big bosses, like the boss battles, weren't as scary as the kind of the more story, the random encounters felt scarier.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Especially like for me, I'd say one of the downsides of the game was the boss battles.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel that they were scary. Everything else was very immersive and creepy and freaky. The big boss battles was like, okay, we're in a boss battle.
I found it
now
just a bit
we have
frantic.
to fight it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It had less horror in those boss battles. And I'd say probably, this obviously is kind of spoiler free, but the last boss battle,
I thought it was too easy. There was battles in it that were harder, and I expected the final thing. It was kind of over really quickly.
But I think that's why it wasn't as scary, because for me the scariest parts was the human parts of like the creepy noises, the random encounters,
the people you would meet.
Where the boss things, they were kind of like
they would mutate.
The mutations. So it's kind of like, oh, I didn't find this as scary because they're not as human.
You're no longer human, therefore you're not that scary.
Yeah, I guess that's probably my only sort of downside. I think the length of the game was virtually perfect.
I would say it was a perfect... Normally you finish a game and you're like, oh, that was way too short, or oh, thank God that's over, that's so long.
I thought we were going to complete it sooner than we did.
Yeah.
And I liked that there was another bit and another bit. And one thing which is really cool about the game is it had very different... You're all in the same map, I guess. You've got like the house.
But there's different sections. And I think that's how we played it. You did more of one section, I did a bit more of another.
We were like switching and
then
stuff.
Then I whipped out and passed it back.
But every section had its different style of gameplay.
Yeah.
You know, you had to use this weapon for this type of style. And I like the thing that, you know, you couldn't get through certain doors, so you had to go find those keys back. And everything was very
I
hidden.
was impressed with the story. I didn't expect the story, because it had so much hype about being really scary and things. I didn't expect the story to be good. I thought it was just going to be, go here, collect this, go here, collect this. Yeah. And I was actually quite impressed with the story.
I was under the kind of like, I don't really know what to expect of this game. And I have to say, when I played it, it really, really scared me. It did really, really freak me out.
Yeah.
And it made me literally have adrenaline in me the whole time I played it.
Yeah.
Because it was freaky. But at the same time, it didn't make me not want to play it. It made me want to play it like...
I didn't want to play it, but then you felt like you wanted to play it more. You would stop playing it and you'd be like, oh, maybe we'll play some more tomorrow. Yeah. But when I was playing it, I was like, I can't wait for this to be over.
But as soon as it was over, you wanted to play again.
Which is really clever.
Which I think that is a very big pro. So I guess to sum up this Resident Evil bit now...
Well, I guess the question, now we've completed it, would be, would you play it again?
Would I play it again?
Because I probably wouldn't. I enjoyed it, but I don't think I could play it again.
I've spoke to a few different people who have played it, and a lot of people who watch the live stream stuff, they've played it multiple times. They want to collect everything. I guess I'm not one of those. Yeah, I'm not one of those gamers who has to get every achievement or every trophy or whatever. No. I like to play it and complete it.
I would probably play it, but maybe not the whole thing, but play it in VR. But I found the game very stressful. Like, you know, when you get that stress headache, I found that when I played it, I would get this sort of stressed out feeling, and I think in VR, I would probably have a meltdown.
Yeah. I guess that's one thing I would love to do is play it in VR. That's one thing we haven't done.
I don't think I could play the whole thing in VR. You probably could, but I don't think
I want to. I guess, yeah, let's say that. If I was to play it again, I would want to play it again in VR because I think it would take you to the next level. I have heard that it kind of makes it feel a little bit disconnected because the resolution and stuff is quite not right. But, you know, this is probably the biggest game ever launched for VR.
Yeah.
Especially for PlayStation VR.
Yeah, definitely, I would say.
So I think that is a massive pro as well, that it's VR compatible. And I hope that that sets the trend of next big releases like Resident Evil, that they will be VR enabled.
Yeah.
Because I believe that VR is going to be the next
it was
big
good that
thing.
you could buy the game and you could play it normally or you could play it with VR.
You didn't have to buy a separate game. It is just
you
VR
could have
compatible.
either or. Yeah.
Which I think is a great thing. Okay. I think that's probably our Resident Evil.
I think that's about all I have to say about that horror.
Overall,
another game.
Great game.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
So what else are we playing?
Oh.
It's gone into rest mode. At least it means it's quieting down. See, this is the thing when you're doing live things.
This might be a cut.
Okay, so the next game we are going to be talking about is
only slight technical difficulty. You'll notice that change.
Going to be Horizon Zero Dawn, which we are currently playing at the moment.
Love it.
Talk about it. What is it?
It's set. Is it 2,000 years in the future?
Pretty much.
I think it's 2,000 years in the future, but it's still it's very futuristic in some aspects. Yet the combat system, you're using bow and arrows, so it's very polar opposites.
It's a great contrast of old school tribal caveman-y to sci-fi.
Yeah, I would say.
I would probably say straight away that these types of games aren't my types of games. They're not my cup of tea.
Open world, it is sort of, here's the markers on a map, go, investigate.
It is a huge world as well.
Yeah, looking at the map, it's like, oh my god.
We were playing it last night and we've been playing it for a while and we went on the map and we actually zoomed out from where we were and we're like, oh no. Wow, it's actually like this much bigger than we've actually been playing.
So I think it's going to be a massive game.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're not very far into it yet. We have live streamed it a few times, but not that far into it story-wise.
I guess this is why it's kind of a good thing that we are kind of new to it. We've played it. We don't really know where the storyline is going to go or where it's going to end.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the thing is? What do you think the thing is? What makes you play it more and more?
Well, I love open world games. I could sit and play them for hours, but I think the visuals, I don't know, but because we're on a PS4 Pro, I think it looks amazing. There's not many games where you can play it and you can see a visual difference in the cutscenes to the gameplay. It's all very much a similar standard. It doesn't seem to like bump up standard when you go to cutscenes or drop down when you're going into like a battle. It is just a really pretty game.
I think one thing what I really like about it is the environment is gorgeous.
Yeah.
You're running around and you actually feel like you're in this crazy landscape, these huge mountains, and all of like the grass moves like really well. And the thing is, what makes it really nice is the lighting, like the weather. The
weather systems are good.
The weather system's great because it kind of rains and it snows and then it gets really blustery. And the sunrises and the sunsets and stuff just add so much kind of colour and like lens flares. It really makes you feel a part of this kind of sci-fi world because because it is very like lens flare-y, but also you feel very out of your depth because you literally have a bow and arrow and you walk around a corner and there's a huge robot dinosaur. And that's what's flipping cool about that type of game because, like I said, I'm not really into those open world type games, but I'm into sci-fi type games.
I would say it has got a good mix. So even if you're not into open world games, there are obviously markers, and open world games I would say are now a bit easier. It says, right, if you don't want to do all of the side quests ever, go to this point. And I think the way they've done this game is almost when you use your bow and arrow, you have to focus. So it almost goes into, not a first-person shooter, but it does go into a very much an accuracy-based thing. You have to be accurate, which I'm not very good at. So I think if you are sort of more inclined to play sort of accuracy shooting games where you need to get headshots or hit specific things, this does have specific points you are meant to hit to be able to take things down easier. So I think that aspect, it's not just a mash X and kill everything. You've got to think about it.
It's a bit more tactical.
And I think it has the option for sneaking, so you don't have to go in sort of waving your sticks around.
It's not like guns blazing type game.
Yeah, there is the option to be sneaky as well. So if you prefer to play games that sort of way, there is that option.
Yeah.
I think it's got.
I like that
something...
it gives you that you can stay away, you can stay up a mountain, you can almost like
depending
snipe
on how
down
you like
and
to play your games.
take off armor, or you can sneak through grass and you can do like stealth takedowns, close combat.
I think it's got a lot of options, which is why a lot of different people are playing it, because it's probably not a game that you would have picked up if it hadn't had such good reviews.
And I think it's a good game to stream or to watch someone play it as well as playing it yourself, because it's like a cinema game. You know what I mean? It's visually pleasing. And the sound is really, really nice. And
I guess people will play it differently. I will play it different to how you would play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a...
Where do you think it's going to go? Because obviously we haven't completed it.
I honestly have no idea, but something that came about on the live streams yesterday is obviously quite a dialogue-heavy game, and I'm kind of disappointed that in some games,
I know what you're going to say.
In some games, the conversation affects how either your character is seen by the other players or different endings and things like that. Whereas I think most of the dialogue options in this game don't have any effect on the outcome. There may be a couple, but as the mass majority, you can ask questions and questions and questions to most of the people you meet, and that doesn't seem to have any impact as to whether you ask these questions or not. Which for me, I would have liked to have either, if you were nasty to someone, people would treat you differently in the game, or if you were helpful and helped people, you would treat it differently. I guess because it's an open world, I would have expected to have the open endings.
I think we did think that was the case.
Yeah.
So we were really choosing the right questions and answers.
It's not more driven by choices.
Yeah.
I think that's what I would have liked if I could have added something. But that's because I love open world games and that moral dilemma of, oh my god, I don't know what to do. I like that feeling.
Yeah, I guess that is the kind of the downside or the shame on what we think is slightly annoying, because we thought that what we were doing up until that point was making an effect later on in the story.
Yeah. But now I'm just like, I don't want to speak to you. But I think that's what I wanted.
I think one thing, I don't know if it does happen. I don't know if it will happen. One thing I would love to see in that game is that we get to a point where we see like a pterodactyl type robot dinosaur.
Bird robot.
And we can control it. And we can get on that bad boy and we can fly it.
You could fly.
I don't know if that does happen.
I don't know if that's available, but can someone patch that in?
Because that would just be so cool to be soaring through those mountains and through like the lakes and stuff on a robot dinosaur with a bow and arrow on your back.
Because you can actually ride the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So
that's what I mean. I would love to be able to do that. Because then it takes me into the world of Avatar.
Yeah.
You know, when they like an Avatar, when they just run and jump off the cliff and jump onto like the flipping dinosaur fly things.
Have that, please, developers?
Hopefully that happens in the game. If not, you're missing out on something.
Yeah.
Because I could literally spend hours just flying around this landscape on a robot dinosaur. Overall,
I'm really happy with it. I could spend a lot of time playing that game, I think. I love games like that though. But what about you? Would you, if it wasn't for me saying I'm going to get this game, I've been waiting for it for 6 years or however long it's been in development, would you have bought the game? If it wasn't for me there on launch day getting the game. If
I just saw kind of trailers of the game and didn't know that it was completely open world, I probably would have. If I knew it was an open world type game, I probably wouldn't have. But now I've played it and I've seen it, I will carry on playing it because it's enjoyable and it's a great way for me, someone who doesn't like huge open world games. I think it's a great stepping stone for me to go into those things where it's all about...
It's not all open world RPG.
And like menu systems and updated. That's what I personally find a little bit confusing in those types of games, and I feel like it's a little bit confusing, the menu systems. I kind of get a little bit lost of what to upgrade and
what to
sell and all those types of things. I like games where it's kind of a little bit more linear, and it's kind of like you do this and you just keep going.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel those menu systems take me out of the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel as immersed, but again, the environment and the actual look of the game makes it very immersive.
Okay, I think that's all we have to say, really.
And I guess now let's move on to the third game.
Mass Effect Andromeda.
A new release.
Yeah.
Mixed reviews.
It has had some mixed reviews.
We haven't played it, so...
No, we haven't played this game.
So I guess
we haven't really seen much gameplay.
Yeah. I've seen little bits. When I first saw, before the game was released, I saw the odd video of sort of gameplay and combat systems and stuff. Straight away I was like, wow.
Okay.
This looks incredible. Because, again, like I said just now, I love sci-fi.
Yeah.
I love sci-fi type games. The gameplay of it looked really cool. The worlds looked cool. The graphics looked amazing and stuff. I haven't played the previous Mass Effects.
No, Mass Effect is something that's passed me by. I have not played a single one, and up until this point, I didn't really know what it's about. So I think the mixed reviews have helped because I actually went and saw what it was about. Because previously, it's just a game that I had never really looked into. I didn't even realise it's probably a game that I would actually want to play. Yeah. So hearing the mixed reviews made me go and check it out, basically.
Yeah. I guess there's that back and forth, isn't there? Of if it's all just good reviews, sometimes things you think, I'm not like a film.
Yeah.
You know, if it's bombarded like this is the best film ever, it's kind of like I'm going to be a little bit disappointed.
It's probably not my thing. It's nothing new. Yeah.
But then if something gets really bad reviews, it's kind of like, is it that bad?
Is it?
So it's kind of like this balancing act of reviews and people's opinions of it. Does it really affect you as a consumer? Does it affect you whether you're going to buy something or watch something?
Yeah, because I would say in this case, the mixed review made me look at it.
Yeah.
If it had good reviews, I would have just assumed it's a sort of game that I wouldn't play.
But it's
because I've never played the other ones. So if it was the same as the old ones, I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't really seen much about this game apart from maybe the first 10 minutes. I went on and just watched the first 10 minutes of gameplay, and I didn't really see much, but I understand what people mean. They're a bit disappointed with the animation. For a game that's been in development that long, and I think the standards are so high now, and I think it doesn't help that we've just had Horizon released. So, and that is a beautiful game, which took, I don't know, 6, maybe 7 years in development.
I can't remember how long.
But and Mass Effect game had 5.
5 years with over 200 people and 3
so I think
studios working on it.
Because it was released not long after Horizon, we've got now very high expectations of what we want games to look like. So I was kind of, because I've been playing Horizon, watching gameplay of Mass Effect, I was a bit like, no, it seems like something that would have been released 3 years ago.
Yeah.
For like the facial animations. And
that's the thing
people.
now, is like you just said, because we have very high expectations, we're on like next gen consoles, you expect things to look like human, to look real.
We want
you
to
don't
be blown away. You
don't want to have these like really odd animations
like
where their eyes
Valley
are like
coming back again, where things look slightly human, but there's something not quite right about them.
I think that really takes people out of the game. The game can be incredible. The gameplay, the story, and everything can be amazing. But if the animation and the
characters, you said, like the glitches,
glitches are popping you out, you feel completely disconnected from this game. So you lose that like core connection to it.
Yeah. But which is a tricky one as to whether that actually affects. I guess it's what you play a game for.
I can assume that a lot of these bugs and glitches and stuff can be
like fixed
through updates.
Yeah.
But you lose that core. You lose that.
I guess the people that have been waiting the 5 years since the last one, who picked it up on launch day, will have had high expectations.
Very high, yeah.
But I think the things like the disappointing, for some people anyway, the disappointing character creation and the slight glitchiness, that doesn't really bother me in a sense, because I am so impatient with character creation. I know some people spend days trying to make their character look like them, and in this case they couldn't because it was quite limited. I just want to play the game. I will skip through that. So things like that which people expected more of, don't bother me. I think, has it got a good storyline? Are the controls buggy? Like,
yeah.
I think that would be the most frustrating thing, is if you're playing a game and it...
If the thing, you can kind of live with a few glitches, like a cut scene, you know, if a character pops in and out of an animation.
Because sometimes they're funny.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sometimes
like, that is
them.
really annoying. But if you're playing a game and if you're shooting someone and your bullets are going through them,
that's when you get angry.
That's when it's like,
I'm
done, because you're wasting your time.
Because it feels unfair. If it's a cutscene that's buggy, it can be funny. If it's the combat that's buggy, you feel like you're being cheated. And no one wants to feel cheated. I think, okay, looking at these reviews, I still kind of want to play it. I do want to play it. Yeah, it's definitely put it on my radar for a game I'd like to play. Yeah. Whereas before, I hadn't even thought about it. So I guess maybe let's end it on thought of the day. Yeah. Question of the day would be, do reviews really change your mind of a game? Yeah, if you know a game is coming out and you think you want to play it and you heard it got good or bad reviews, would that affect whether you pick it up on launch day or not? Or if you were said, oh, I'm not bothered about that game, I'm not going to get it on launch day, and then suddenly it gets good reviews, would that then make you more inclined to pick it up? Yeah, I guess that's a good question. Comment down below right now. And also let us know what you thought of this little segment. Yeah. What we've done. Do you want to see more of these types of videos and stuff? If you do, make sure you comment down below. Give us some kind of constructive criticism. Yes, constructive criticism. To let us know where we want to. You would like us to cover. Anything. Comment. Essays. Holly just wants you to just type. Just type. Whatever you're thinking now. Type down below. But anyway, we hope you have enjoyed this video. I think this is kind of a cool thing. I like it. For me and Holly just to sit down and chat and stuff. Like we said at the beginning, if you want to watch any of our live streams, head over to our Twitch. Want to watch any of the gameplays and stuff, we also upload them onto this channel. And if you want to see more of these videos, please comment down below. Say you want to see more. What other games do you want us to talk about? How you would like us to change these types of videos or whatever like that. Yes. I think we are now at the end of today's video. Oh, should probably mention as well, if you've never seen me and Holly before, we're also daily vloggers. So we also have a daily vlogging channel, also linked down below as well. You can come over and hang out with us every single day on our vlogging channel. But enough of all that. Thank you guys for hanging out and watching for about half an hour, I think this video is. That's pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy and pretty proud about that. You can tell we had coffee this morning. We have just been to Cafe Nero and thought, time to record. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you hopefully on the next video. See you soon.